Good evening and welcome to this week's lockdown quiz. My name is Wayne and I will be your quizmaster tonight, guiding you through 6 rounds of grey matter stretching questions to help you try and forget about being stuck inside for an hour or so. I'll be running this quiz every Monday, so make sure you subscribe to the Lockdown Quiz channel on YouTube by hitting the button below, and keep an eye out on Carnero Lounge's Facebook page to know how to get involved in the future. I'm just going to go through the instructions for anyone who hasn't played before. If you already know how it works, the questions will start at 8:30, so feel free to ignore me waffling on for the first few minutes. Firstly, if you can't see the How This Works page with my pretty little face in the bottom left-hand corner, you may need to refresh the video. Just close this down and click the link on for the video again, or refresh your app or browser. This should then show you the live feed. You will need 2 devices to get the most out of this quiz. Watch this stream on a laptop, a smartphone, tablet, or any other device so that you can see the questions as we go along. You'll also need to open the answer form on a second device so that you can submit your answers and be in with a chance of winning some fabulous prizes, which I'll get to later on. You'll find the link to the form that you need in the description just below this video, but you've got until 8:30 to set that up, so don't panic. The 3 main points for this quiz, as we go through each question, we'll have a 30-second timer. Don't pause the video, as there'll only be a short window at the end of the quiz to submit the answers. If you miss this, you won't be able to win the prizes. Please don't use internet services to search for the answers. It ruins the fun and it's completely against the idea of the quiz. Most questions have 3 multiple choice answers, so if you don't know the answer, just have a guess and you'll have a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. I also need to know who you are, so you'll find 2 name slots on the form. The quiz name is what I will read out at the end with the scores, and should you win a prize for coming first or second, your real name is so that we can get your prize to you. So as we go through the quiz, you'll see questions pop up on the screen. The orange circle on the left shows the round number and also the subject for that round. In the very top right hand corner, you'll see a 30-second timer. Once this turns red, we'll move on to the next question. Just below that, you'll see the question number, the question, and in most circumstances, 3 possible answers, which should match up with the answers on your form. If you have the answer form open, you'll start with the name input page. As I mentioned a moment ago, pop your quiz name in the first box and choose whether you'd like to win one of today's prizes. If you pick yes, pop your real name into the real name box, as this will be passed on to the prize supplier if you win. On the following pages, you'll see the round number, the question number, and in most cases, 3 possible answers that will hopefully match up to the question on the screen. All you need to do is pick your answers as we go along. There are a few answers that will need to be typed in. These will need to be perfectly correct with no spelling errors. They'll also need to be in full capital letters, and if you're using predictive text on your phone or tablet, make sure there isn't a space at the end of your answer. We've had a few problems in the past couple of weeks, and it turns out that is the issue. The predictive text on people's devices is just putting a space at the end, and it's marking the answer wrong. If you don't do that, the form will automatically mark it wrong. Just remember that computers are as dumb as people who Google the answers to pub quizzes. Once we get to the end of a round, press the next button to move on to the next round. The very last question in round 6 will be a tiebreaker, where you will need to guess the answer to a numerical question. In the event of a tie, the nearest answer will win, followed, if needs be, by the next. So it's well worth having a guess. When we get to the end of the quiz, you press submit and we'll have a short break whilst the magic happens and all of your scores appear here on my screen. This will only be a minute or 2, so as I said, don't pause as we go along. You will need to stay in time with the live stream. I'll go through the answers after the scores have been announced, so hang around at the end if you wish to have them. And that's all you need to know. So I'll be back at 8:30 with the questions, so grab a beverage and I'll see you in a few minutes. Hello there, good evening everyone, and welcome to this week's Lockdown Quiz. My name is Wayne and I'm your quizmaster tonight. I've got 6 more wonderful rounds of brain-tickling questions to try and get you through these very strange times we're in. I'll be running this every Monday, so make sure you subscribe to the Lockdown Quiz channel on YouTube by hitting the button somewhere down below here. And keep an eye out on the Carnero Lounge Facebook page to know how you can get involved in the future. As always, I just need to do the bump before I start, so this is a test of your knowledge, not how fast your thumbs are. Please do not use internet searches or your smart devices to get answers. Instead, if you don't know, just have a guess and move on. Also, don't pause the video or else your answers will not be received in time at the end. There is a new question on the first page of the form which asks if you would like a prize if you win. If you select no, the prize will be handed to the next placed player, but you remain the winner for bragging rights, which is probably more important. If you select yes, please ensure you've popped your real name into the box before you continue to round 1, as Carnero Lounge will need to know who you are if you win. The prize will need to be collected from Carnero Lounge in Derby, which is in the UK for our new international players. And the winners will need to send Carnero Lounge a private message on Facebook after the quiz has finished to claim their prize. Finally, I apologise if you hear snoring as we go through the quiz. Rest assured, it isn't me falling asleep. It's actually my dog, Tess, who sleeps around 23 hours a day and Zoomers for the other hour. Just 1 second, can we hear her? Not quite. So, anyways, now that's done, let's get on. So start your engines and buckle yourselves in, because here we go with round number 1, which as always is general knowledge. So, question number 1. What type of weather is associated with cumulonimbus clouds? Is it blizzards? Is it hurricanes? Or is it thunderstorms? Question number 2. Which of the following elements is not needed to make water? Is it helium? Is it hydrogen? Or is it oxygen? So which one of those is not needed to make water? Question number 3. According to the fairy tale, into whose house did Goldilocks venture? Is it the 3 bears? Is it the 3 little pigs? Or is it the 3 blind mice? And question number 4. Mrs. Hudson is the housekeeper for which fictional detective? Is it Miss Marple? Is it Hercule Poirot? Put my teeth back in. Or is it Sherlock Holmes? So for who does Mrs. Hudson play the housekeeper? Question number 5. What unit of weight is used for gems and gold? Now I know you can use all of these, but which one is generally used when weighing gems and gold? Is it a carat? Is it a gram? Or is it an ounce? Question number 6. In which sport would you find a line called an oche? Is it in bowling? Is it in darts? Or is it in long jump? where would you find an oki? And on to question number 7. What title is given to the head of a monastery? Is it an abbot? Is it a dean? Or is it a prior? So what title is given to the head of a monastery? Question number 8. Which famous society was founded in 1946 by Roland Beryl and Dr. Lancelot Ware? Was it the Freemasons? Was it Mensa? Or was it the Royal Geographical Society? Question number 9. What is the name of the southernmost tip of Britain? Is it Land's End? Is it Lizard Point? Or is it Start Point? So what is the name of the southernmost tip of Britain? And question number 10 of round 1. Which of Handel's oratorios contains the Hallelujah chorus? Is it Saul? Is it Solomon? Or is it Messiah? So which of Handel's oratorios contains the Hallelujah chorus? And that's round 1 done and dusted. Now on to round 2, which is the week that was. So question number 1. Which country's ambassador to Finland has resigned after comparing German Chancellor Angela Merkel to Adolf Hitler? Is it the ambassador to Finland for Austria, Malta, or Spain? So which country's ambassador to Finland has resigned after comparing German Chancellor Angela Merkel to Adolf Hitler? Question number 2. Little Richard, who died this week, was nicknamed the architect of what? Was he the architect of Boogie Woogie? Was he the architect of Rhythm and Blues? Or was he the architect of rock and roll? Question number 3. What was Little Richard's real name? Was he Joseph Jacques Richard? Was he Richard Wayne Penniman? Or was he Richard Mark Hammond? So what was Little Richard's real name? And question number 4. How many UK number 1 hits did Little Richard have? Was it none? Was it 1? Or was it 3? So how many UK number 1 hits did Little Richard have? Question number 5. Andy Serkis, who played Gollum in the Lord of the Rings movies, raised money for charity by live streaming himself reading which book? Did he read The Fellowship of the Ring? Did he read The Fall of Gondolin? Or did he read The Hobbit? Question number 6. Scientists captured a so-called lucky infrared image showing heat emanating from which planet this week? Was it Mars? Was it Jupiter? Or was it Saturn? Question number 7. Guitarist Brian May this week managed to rip his gluteus maximus. But where would you find yours? Is it in your arm? Is it in your hip? Or is it in your leg? So where would you find your gluteus maximus? And question number 8. What did he say he was doing when he damaged it? Was it over-enthusiastic gardening? Was it over-enthusiastic jogging? Or was it over-enthusiastic strumming? Question number 9, nice easy one. We saw the anniversary of VE Day on Friday, but in which year was the first one? Was it in 1918? Was it in 1939? Or was it in 1945? And question number 10. Murder hornets have been found in Washington State in America. How long are these hornets said to be? Are they 3 centimeters long, 4 centimeters long, or 5 centimeters long? So how long are America's murder hornets? And that's round 2 done and dusted. So now we're on to round 3, which this week is our specialist round, all about friends. We've had a request for this one. If anyone else has a request for a particular round, any special topic that they want me to cover, or try and cover, feel free to get in touch with us. The best way is on the Carnero Lounge Facebook page. However, I may be setting up my own in the near future, depending on how many more viewers we get. I mean, we've currently got around 20, so it's getting better. So, on to question number 1. If you don't know these will be a bit tricky if you don't watch Friends. However, if you don't know, have a guess. So, question number 1. Just so you know, it's not that common, it doesn't happen to every guy, and it is a big deal. Who said that? Is it Chandler? Was it Monica? Or was it Rachel? Who said, just so you know, it's not that common, and it doesn't happen to every guy, and it is a big deal? Question number 2. If he doesn't like you if he doesn't like you, this is all a moo point. Yeah, it's like a cow's opinion. It just doesn't matter. It's moo. Who said that? Was it Chandler? Was it Janice? Or was it Joey? Question number 3, another quote. On second point, gum would be perfection. Who said that? Was it Chandler, Joey, or Phoebe? They're not all quotes, don't worry. Just the first 5. Question number 4. Who said, "They don't know that we know they know we know"? Was it Chandler? Was it Monica? Or was it Phoebe? If you do watch Friends, these should make some sense. If you don't, like I say, just have a guess. And question number 5. Oh my God! Who said that? Was it Janice? Was it Monica? Or was it Phoebe? So that's it for the quotes. Question number 6. In the first 13 episodes, what was the number of Monica and Rachel's apartment? Was it 4? Was it 5? Or was it 20? So in the first 13 episodes, what was the number of Monica and Rachel's apartment? Question number 7. Which season was the only one to not have a Thanksgiving episode? Was it season 1? Was it season 2? Or was it season 3? So which season was the only one to not have a Thanksgiving episode? Question number 8. How many roses did Ross send to Emily? Was it 48, 72, or 96? And question number 9. In which episode was Ross forced to take leave from his job because they believed he had anger issues? Was it the one at the beach? Was it the one with all the rugby? Or was it the one with Ross's sandwich? Question number 10. Which popular episode featured a bet between the guys and girls to see who knew the other better, where in the end, Joey and Chandler won the girls' apartment? Was it the one with Joey's new girlfriend? Was it the one with the Kips? Or was it the one with the embryos? And there we go. So if you know nothing about Friends, that's all over. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So round 4. I've got some phobias for you. All you need to do is tell me what each phobia is a fear of. So, question number 1, a nice easy one for you. Arachnophobia. What is arachnophobia? Is it a fear of clowns? Is it a fear of fire? Or is it a fear of spiders? Question number 2. Claustrophobia. What is claustrophobia? Is it a fear of clothes? Is it a fear of clowns? Or is it a fear of confined spaces? Question number 3. Tell me what kinematophobia is. Kinematophobia. Is it a fear of moving fast? Is it a fear of planes? Or is it a fear of zombies? What is kinematophobia? Question number 4. Thalassophobia. What is thalassophobia? Is it a fear of bubbles? Is it a fear of foxes? Or is it a fear of open water? Thalassophobia. Question number 5. Trypophobia. What is trypophobia? I'm not sure how it's said. Is it a fear of holes? Is it a fear of the number 3? Or is it a fear of tripping over? Either trypophobia or trypophobia. What is it? Question number 6. What is taphophobia? Is it a fear of being buried alive? Is it a fear of being carried? Or a fear of being spied on? What is taphophobia? Question number 7. Gerascophobia. What is gerascophobia? Is it a fear of being sick? Is it a fear of getting old? Or is it a fear of giraffes? Question number 8. Omphalophobia. What is omphalophobia? Is it a fear of belly buttons or navels? Is it a fear of hands? Or is it a fear of the male genitalia? What is omphalophobia? Question number 9. Globophobia. What is globophobia? Is it a fear of balloons? A fear of goblins? Or a fear of saliva? And question number 10, I'm only going to say this one once. Hippopota monstrosa quipedaliophobia. Yeah, I couldn't even say it once. Is it a fear of hippos? Is it a fear of long words? Or is it a fear of quizzes? And on to round number 5, which is our picture round. So this one works slightly differently. You will have to type your answers in. A few people have been coming back to me and saying that they've typed the correct answer in and then it's not accepted it. I've found out that it's because there's a space at the end, and I think I know why it's causing it. If you're using autocorrect, when you type your answer in, make sure it doesn't leave a space at the end. So, for the round, you will see a logo for a famous company. You just have to type in the name for the said company. All of the answers are just one word, and As the form automatically marks the answers correct, you will have to type the answer in full capital letters, spell the answer correctly. Be mindful that if you use spell checker, they sometimes leave a space at the end. If it does, the answer will be marked incorrect. And just remember that computers are as dumb as people who Google answers to pub quizzes. So make sure it's spelt incorrectly and in full capital letters. Here we go with question number 1. Tell me whose logo this is. Just one word, full capitals, spell it correctly. And on to question number 2. What company's logo is this? Remember, type it in full capital letters, spell it correctly, and make sure there isn't a space at the end. Question number 3. Whose logo is this? On to question number 4. Whose logo is this? Remember, full capital letters and spell it correctly. Check for that space. Question number 5. Whose logo is that? Remember, it's all one word. Type it in full capital letters and spell it perfectly correctly. On to question number 6. Whose logo is this? Question number 7. Remember, it's all one word. Full capitals. Spell it correctly. And check for that space. Question number 8. Whose logo is that? And on to question number 9. Do you recognise that logo? And question number 10. I think everybody knows this one, whether you like it or not. Whose is that logo? What company does that belong to? Type it in full capital letters, spell it correctly, and check for that space. And there we go. That is round number 6 done. Round number 5 done and dusted. We're now moving on to round number 6. I really need to get my teeth in properly today. I swear, this is my first bottle of cider, I promise. So, the music round. Question number 1. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, that's right. So, question number 1. In what year did the Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain die? Was it 1990? Was it 1992? Or was it 1994? So when did Kurt Cobain die? Question number 2. What does the O stand for in the band name ELO? Is it operetta? Is it orchestra? Or is it overture? Question number 3. Which talent show judge managed Westlife? Was it Louis Walsh? Was it Sharon Osbourne? Or was it Simon Cowell? This might be a bit trickier for our international players. I'm not sure how international Westlife are. Question number 4. Nights in White Satin was a 1967 hit for which band? Was it Procol Harum? Was it the Moody Blues? Or was it the Shadows? So which one of those had a 1967 hit with Nights in White Satin? Question number 5. Complete the lyric from the well-known Rihanna hit We Found Love. Is it In a Hopeless Place? Was it So Young and Reckless? Or was it The Right One? So which one of those completes the lyric from the well-known Rihanna hit We Found Love? Question number 6. What was the name of Amy Winehouse's final studio album? Was it Back to Black? Was it Frank? Or was it Lioness Hidden Treasures? Which one of those was Amy Winehouse's final studio album? Question number 7. Which band sang The Final Countdown? Everyone knows it, but who sang it? Was it Europe? Was it Foreigner? Or was it Whitesnake? So which one of those 3 bands sang The Final Countdown? Question number 8. Who won the 2010 series of the UK X Factor? Was it Matt Cardle? Was it One Direction? Or was it Rebecca Ferguson? Question number 9. At which Hertfordshire Manor... Again, I really need to put my teeth in. Which Hertfordshire Manor House did Oasis play to 250,000 people across a weekend in 1996? Was it Ashridge? Was it Brocket Hall? Or was it Nebworth? So where did Oasis play to 250,000 people across a weekend in 1996? Question number 10. Which founding member of the band Genesis had a 1986 hit with Sledgehammer? Was it Anthony Phillips? Was it Peter Gabriel? Or was it Tony Banks? If you don't know, just have a guess. And we'll move on to our tiebreaker. So your tiebreaker this week is, how many miles long is the M1 motorway? So from all the way down south to all the way up north, how long is the M1 motorway? Just have a guess if you're not sure. And then when you're ready, press submit. That will then send your answers through to me magically here on my little computer screen. So I'll give you a few minutes. Whilst we're waiting, I'm just going to pop up a few agencies and companies and charities that will help out people, or you can help through these very, very strange times. I shall turn the music up back in a moment. Okay, so I did just have to nip back and check the answer there for the tiebreaker. It is very much required this week. So we have 11 people who submitted answers. In last place, in 11th place, bringing up the rear, we have Lucy's mom. Well done, Lucy's mom. She had 34 out of 60 points. Well done. To be honest, that was a very hard quiz this week. I don't think I'd have got 34 if I didn't write the quiz myself. In 10th place, with 36 out of 60, we've got the Chapman family. Well done, well done. In 9th place, with 40 out of 60, we've got Gardening is Cool and You Know It. Obviously, someone who's been out in the garden a lot. Oh, I wonder who this one is. In 8th place, with 42 out of 60, we've got Iggledy Piggledy Daggledy Doggledy Pudding and Pie Dicko and Charlie I. Well done, Sean. And Charlie, obviously. You've got 42 out of 60. In 7th place, with 43 out of 60, we have Peanut's Parents. Well done. In 6th place, with 44 out of 60, we've got The Boiled Eggs. Well done, well done. In 5th place, with 47 out of 60, we've got Villanova. Villanova with 47. Well done. And up into 4th place now. In 4th and 3rd, sorry, joint 3rd place, because you've both got 49 out of 60. But we do need to come back to you in a moment. You'll understand why in a minute. Don't run away. We have Stephen Hawking's School of Dance and Staying Alert. Very topical, thank you. So you're both in 3rd place, but don't run away yet, because in 2nd place we have the one where we're staying alert with 54 points, but thank you very much. You've done very well. You've got 2nd place. But you've said you don't want the prize. So, those two people in 3rd place, hang around, you might win something yet. However, before that, in 1st place with 55 out of 60, a very, very good score there, we have Onions. And you obviously know your onions, because you got 55 out of 60 in a very tricky quiz. I bet you know friends. So, well done. You have won a £10 bar voucher when Carnero Lounge reopens. If you would like to please get in touch with Carnero Lounge on Facebook, send them a private message and they will tell you how you can claim your prize when they reopen. But back to the joint 3rd place, which prize-wise becomes 2nd place. So your tiebreaker was, how many miles long is the M1 motorway? So, Staying Alert said 168 miles. And Stephen Hawking's School of Dance said 501 miles. The actual answer was, I need to skip back again, 193 miles. So, Staying Alert. I'm not going to do the voice. I'm very, very sorry. You've won a... Oh, 1 second, let's go back to the prizes. You have won a free dish of the week when Carnero Lounge reopens. So, what happens there is every week when they reopen, they will announce what their dish of the week is. When you find one you like, or when they publish one that you like, you just go back into Carnero Lounge and say, I would like one of those, please, and they will give it you for free. So, if you could also please get in touch with Carnero Lounge on Facebook by private message, they will tell you how you can claim that. So, who wants the answers? Let's go through them very quickly. So, question number 1 of round 1. Thunderstorms are associated with cumulonimbus clouds. Which of the following elements is not needed to make water? That is helium. Hydrogen and oxygen make up water. The fairy tale where Goldilocks ventured into... Sorry, in the fairy tale, Goldilocks ventured into the Three Bears house. Mrs. Hudson was the housekeeper for Sherlock Holmes. The unit of weight used for measuring gems and gold is a carat. In which sport would you find a line called an oki? That is darts. What title is given to the head of a monastery? That is an abbot. Which famous society was founded in 1946 by Roland Barrow and Dr. Lancelot Ware? That was Mensa. And question 9. What is the southernmost tip of Britain? That was Lizard Point. Lizard Point. And which of Handel's Ontarios contains the Hallelujah Chorus? That was Messiah. Messiah. So, moving on to round number 2. It was Malta's ambassador to Finland that resigned, being very rude to the German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Little Richard was the architect of rock and roll. Little Richard's real name was Richard Wayne Penniman. Joseph Richard was a Canadian hockey player, and Richard Hammond was a presenter of Top Gear. Question number 4. How many UK number 1 hits did he have? He had none. Although 5 of his songs made it into the top 10, none of them made it to the top spot. Question number 5. Andy Serkis read The Hobbit on a live stream, raising money for charity. Question number 6. The lucky infrared image showing heat emanating from a planet, that was of Jupiter. The term lucky refers to the technique. They didn't just accidentally point the camera that way. Question 7. Guitarist Brian May this week managed to rip his gluteus maximus. You find yours on your hip. It also forms the prominence of your buttocks. And question number 8. What did he say he was doing when he damaged it? Now, I've got to say, this is only what he said. I don't know what he was doing. But he said he was over-enthusiastically gardening. So question number 9. The anniversary of VE Day. What year was the first one? It was 1945. And question number 10. Washington State, murder hornets are apparently 5 centimeters long. 5 centimeters. And on to round number 3, question number 1. Just so you know, it's not that common, it doesn't happen to every guy, and it is a big deal, was Rachel. If he doesn't like you, this is all a moo point. Yeah, it's like a cow's opinion. It doesn't matter. It's moo. That was Joey. Question number 3. On second point, gum would be perfection. That was Chandler. Question number 4. They don't know, we know, they know, we know. That was Phoebe. And of course, I don't watch much Friends, but I know this one. Oh my God, was Janice. On to the other questions. In the first 13 episodes, what was the number of Monica and Rachel's apartment? That was apartment number 5. Joey and Chandler lived at number 4. But after the 13th episode, the apartment numbers were changed to 19 and 20 as the writers realised that lower numbers would have been on lower floors in the apartment block. So they changed them after 13 episodes. So if you put 20, you are wrong. Or 19. Which season was the only one not to have a Thanksgiving episode? That was season number 2. How many roses did Ross send to Emily? That was 72. In which episode was Ross forced to take leave from his job because they believed he had anger issues? That was the one with Ross's sandwich. Apparently he had to go with his boss because he thought that he had taken his sandwich. And question number 10. Which popular episode featured a bet between the guys and the girls? That was the one with the embryos. Joey and Chandler bet the duck and the chick against the chance to trade apartments with Monica and Rachel. So, on to round number 4. Arachnophobia is a fear of spiders. Claustrophobia is a fear of confined spaces. Question number 3. Kinematophobia is a fear of zombies. Thalassophobia is a fear of open water. Trypophobia or trypophobia is a fear of holes. Taphophobia is a fear of being buried alive. Geracophobia is a fear of getting old. Question number 8. Omphalophobia is a fear of belly buttons or navels. Globophobia is a fear of balloons. I'm not going to say this one again. Hippopon, whatever it is a fear of long words. Ironic. Not hippos, not quizzes, but long words. Okay, moving on to the picture round, the company logos. Your first one, that was Shell. Question number 2, that was Wikipedia. Number 3, that was Apple. Number 4, that was Pringles. Number 5 was PlayStation. Number 6 was Amazon. Number 7 was Dolby. Number 8 was Pepsi. Number 9 was Adidas. And number 10 was Starbucks. Well done if you got all of those. And on to the music round. So, in which year did the Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain die? That was 1994. What does the O stand for in the band name ELO? That is orchestra. It stands for Electric Light Orchestra. Which talent show judge managed Westlife? That was Louis Walsh. Nights in White Satin was a 1967 hit for the Moody Blues. Complete the lyric from the well-known Rihanna hit, We Found Love in a Hopeless Place. Question 6. What was the name of Amy Winehouse's final studio album? That was Back to Black. It was released in 2006, and although Lioness was released in 2011, it was a compilation album. Frank was her first studio album. Question number 7. Which band sang the final countdown? That was Europe. Question number 8. Who won the 2010 series of the UK X Factor? That was Matt Cardle. I know a few people thought it was One Direction, but second place was Rebecca Ferguson, and One Direction actually came in third. Strange. So, question number 9. The Hertfordshire Manor, where Oasis played to 250,000 people in 1996. That was Nebworth. And question number 10. Which founding member of the band Genesis had a 1986 hit with Sledgehammer? That was Peter Gabriel. And there we go. So, like I said earlier on, the tiebreaker, how many miles long is the M1 motorway? That answer was 193. And there we go. That is the end of this week's quiz. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for playing. I hope you have a fabulous week. If you came first or second, please get, or first or third, should I say? Please could you get in touch with Carnero Lounge via a direct message on Facebook. Let them know who you are so that they can arrange for you to get your prizes when they reopen. Like I say, thank you for playing along. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow Carnero Lounge on Facebook and subscribe to the weekly lockdown quiz here on YouTube. Feel free to share this video about. You might not be able to win any prizes once the live stream finishes, but you can practice for next week. All of the old ones are also on YouTube. Even if you don't win overall, you beat all your friends, you'll be able to hold your head up high, at least until the next quiz. So, I'm Wayne, I've been your quiz master this evening. Please leave some thumbs up and feedback in the comments. Let me know if you've got any topics you want me to cover. But until next week, look after yourselves and stay safe. A good night.